G'day everyone, Jason Nunn, Fisherman's Warehouse, Tackleworld, Marks Point. This Friday's fishing report. Unfortunately, our sunshine is gone and it may not come back till around about next Friday. But look, it's going to be a little bit of a situation where today is probably the worst of it. As you can see out to the east of me here, quite a bit of storm cloud type activity, and there's scuddy showers. There's nothing really much in it. It's definitely going to pick the swell up offshore. They're saying tomorrow that swell could be around about 2.5 to 3 metres. So you're going to need to sort of like factor that in if you're going to do any rock fishing tomorrow. Obviously, the key to rock fishing this time of the year in particular, got to wear a life jacket, or and certainly make sure you go with somebody or let someone know what you're doing. High tide at the present moment, it's just after midday. Tomorrow high tide will be at 1 o'clock and a low tide at 7. The channel looks very, very nice here at the moment. I think this is where we're going to spend most of our effort this weekend. Some beautiful tailor in the lake, of course. I had some really good reports this week, a lot of trolling. There's been a lot of fish getting caught to the northern end, but of course a lot of fish down that southern end. Still a lot of bait around in Lake Macquarie itself, and quite a number of flathead and some really nice fish getting caught. So a lot of fish that moved out and were displaced by that big fresh have came back in, and of course the water on the run-in tide is very, very clean. There's a lot of colour back to our coastal area at the moment. So hopefully that'll just keep improving the situation. A stack of brim around, there's heaps of brim. And look, when these overcast conditions are on, you can fish all day. As we said, we're heading into June, and up around the islands, fishing in around about 1 metre to 2 metres of water, oily based baits, pillies, mullet in particular, you will catch some beautiful brim. And a lot of these fish are our travelling fish, which are basically moving up and down the coastline at the moment. On that full moon last weekend, on Monday it was, some beautiful mulloway get caught. I talked to Scott Kelly through the week. He had a fish on Friday. They caught 3 beautiful jew, had a couple of boys with him. Best was about 13 kilo. So it just showed you that there's better quality mulloway in our lake. And this has been the case the last few weeks, where we have seen an increase in size. Normally the lake, probably famous for a lot of the fish, 70 to 95 centimetres, but a real increase in size for a lot of these fish, well over the metre mark, metre 10s, metre 15s. So we're starting to see a better quality fish this May, which is great. And I think that fishing will continue right the way through to June. So there's still probably a lot more mulloway fishing to basically become. Now look, as we come down here today, we've seen a lot of guys starting to chase ludrick, and of course Lucy's Wall is one of those hot spots. But look, right along the inside here, running back up to the bridge, and of course on the seaward side, there's lots of ludrick start to gathering. A few mullet schools moved around early this week. I know that the crew got a few fish up there on Monday, and I did see another school working through, and there's a lot of fish at the back of the lake still coming out. And look, a lot of these bigger fish have gone, so some of these schools that we're seeing around are those small, probably I call them next year's mullet. They're the hard gut mullet that really haven't got any roe in their system. So they're going to be moving around, and the ludrick and obviously those brim, they're all moving together. But look, greenweed is a little bit hard to get. This is a problem. I'm getting lots of questions. The ocean rocks is probably the only place you'll be able to get it. I did hear that there was a golf course down on the central coast where you could have got a little bit. But of course, if you can't get weed, you've always got weed flies. But we'll probably see a really big increase in the ludrick fishing. And of course, along this edge here at the moment, there's quite a few leatherjacket getting caught on the last of the tides. Now, whether that be the last of the run in or the last of the run out, but the advantage is there, the current backs down, and there's some beautiful leatherjacket just getting on prawns, and that's something that, again, the whole family can do. The beaches, look, that swell's going to play havoc unless you're going to fish up on the breakwaters, definitely Blacksmith's breakwater, or further afield up towards Stockton. A lot of whaler sharks on this moon. It was quite strange. The tailor had been biting just on dark. This week in particular, we've seen a real increase of whaler sharks, around about 1 metre, and plenty of them. The tailor themselves have been biting late in the afternoon, but around about 3 or 4 o'clock, as that night cover starts to get in, they're just basically disappearing. And I really reckon that these whalers are moving in, intimidating that situation, and those tailor are just moving off the beach. So if you're going to fish the beach, you've got to fish that late afternoon, but probably give it away as dark comes in. Offshore, unfortunately, it's just not going to happen, and it's a real shame. We had 6 days of beautiful weather, and there was plenty of fish on offer. I know Steve and Grand Slender had an opportunity. They got out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and fished between Mawson Wall and the island. They got some very nice squire, plenty of bonito, and a little bit mixed bag, of course, brim and a few flathead. They're the type of fish you're going to catch when you're prepared to anchor up and burley, and that system of burling working very, very well, floating pillies for those reds, and of course the bonito. And even this week up towards Redhead Way, A lot of trevally around. Again, Benito Taylor, but there was another cobia lost. And again, we keep on talking about these fish, and it is getting quite cool, but they're still around and in very shallow water. It was inside 20 metres, this fish. The lucky fisherman, Pete Christensen, he fought it for quite some time and unfortunately lost it, but it's great to see, and we're still getting those constant reports coming in. Look, all in all, guys, I think we're just going to tough it up. The wind's going to back off next week. We're going to see that sporadic shower activity. Doesn't look too bad. Don a raincoat, and that's the best thing you can do. Just get out there and have a bit of a go. This week's Tackleworld Fish of the Week winner is Finley Tulloh. Now, Finley got an opportunity to get out and fish that western side of the lake and caught an 82 centimetre flathead, and that fish was released. And this is the quality of the fish that are now in the lake. These bigger flathead are in good numbers on the back of the lake. So well done, Finley. Come on down to Fisherman's Warehouse and get your Tackleworld gift pack. Next week, we'll hopefully be able to talk when it'll be a little bit warmer, bit of sun. See you next Friday.